Oh, hello there. I'm Professor Hans von Puppet, and this is where on TV that News View with Michael Badger usually comes on. Except that now I'm here to tell you that a new edition of News View will not be seen at this time. Instead, station management might run, cartoons or an old edition of News View or something entirely different. Well, like I said, this is Professor Hans von Puppet, and I am wishing you a good time. And now, without further ado, is whatever the TV station management is going to run in place of Newsview. It should come on any time now. Let's watch.
Whenever we see a forecast for snow or freezing rain or any conditions close to that, we'll work on the equipment, we'll double check everything, we'll check lights and grease and do a checklist on it, make sure salt's good and other equipment's ready to go, and just monitor the weather up until the point where we actually receive a weather alert.
They say, is in the eye of the beholder. But when mothers behold daughters suggesting eyelid surgery for a more beautiful self through facial reconstruction, we are sending a message of self-destruction. How can we not woman hate when society does not celebrate the importance of loving our differences? It feels like, unless we are the prettiest, nicest, smartest, coolest, dopest, most talented chick, overly feminized, sexualized, or androgynous, consuming male-marketed interests that we don't even really like deep down, and not having any girlfriends because we relate to guys more, we are invisible, unattractive, or an outcast.
What is the LRTP?
The Long Range Transportation Plan is a document that details how the community's transportation system will evolve over the next 25 years. The LRTP looks at the development of pedestrian, bicycle, bus transit, automobile, rail, and air travel, and identifies transportation projects that can benefit the Champaign-Urbana MPO region.
Ms. Pressing, what are three most pressing issues facing the city, and how do you intend to address them?
Well, the biggest issue is the finances, because we've been through a huge recession, but we seem to have been able to cope with that. It all depends on how, if we go slipping down in another recession, or if the state of Illinois decides to cut money to local government, we could be in a really big problem. But we've been able to cope very well. We have new businesses coming to Urbana in the middle of a recession.
It was Jeremiah that asked the question, why am I born? Why was I born? We go through life sometimes, Sister Gloria.
Yes.
And the pain of life, and the trouble of life.
Amen.
And the circumstances of life have us so overwhelmed, we might ask that question, why was I born?
Yes.
And as you read Jeremiah 20:18, after he asked that question, he talked about troubles and sorrows.
We love Urbana!